I'm Charlotte Jessup and welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about income streams and how you can build them and what they do for your life in terms of helping you feel at peace and calm about your finances. And actually there's something quite addictive once you get started with generating new income streams for yourself. So let me give you a little bit of background to me and how I got on my journey for creating multiple income streams. So in a previous life, I was a teacher. I went to work, I did my job, and every month on the same day, I got paid. That was my income stream. That was the only place that I got money from. Yes, I got a little bit of interest from savings in my bank accounts, but I wasn't particularly optimizing that. So it was a small, negligible amount. Also, my husband was working too, so actually what we had was two income streams coming into our house. Now what this did was created some sort of security in that if I lost my job, at least we were in a position where my husband could have paid for the bills and kept the roof over our heads whilst I looked for another job, and vice versa. If he'd lost his job, then we would have been in a position where I could have afforded to have paid for everything whilst he looked for work. Now, it was never something that I was particularly worried about in terms of losing my job. I was a maths teacher and we're quite highly sought after, so I never had this particular fear of my job was at risk or I wouldn't have that income stream. But as I started to learn more and more about this, I realised this was actually something that I wanted to work on and develop in my life. Now, there are lots of ways that you can build income streams into your life. But the first question I want to tackle is, why should you have them? So why should you have multiple income streams? Now, if I'd have lost my job, like I said, I'd have had no money. So I was doing one job and getting one payment from that, and if that one job had gone, I'd have ended up with nothing. Now, if I'd have been making money from lots of different sources and one of those had gone, I'd have still had the rest there. So let's put some numbers to this. If I was making £2,000 a month and that was from 4 different income streams, and let's say that those were all paying me equal amounts, then I would be making £500 from each one. Now, if I lost one of those, I would still have £1,500 each month. However, if I was earning £2,000 from one job and I lost that one job, I'd have just had nothing. Okay? So actually, it's a safety in numbers game here. The more income streams you have, the bigger number of income streams you have, the risk of having no income if you lose one decreases, okay? It's a much smaller impact if you lose one income stream when you have lots of them than it is if you lose one income stream and you only have one income stream, okay? So that is why we need to get into this habit of building more and more income streams in our lives. Once I started this journey for myself, I decided to create my blog. So that was my first step into creating a new income stream. At this point, I was still teaching, so this was back in 2018, but I wanted another source of income. Now, blogging is fantastic because it naturally generates different income streams. So with my blog, I was able to develop an income stream from affiliate payments. So this is where I place links, and if you go and you click on those links, then the company will give me a small percentage of what you paid as a reward for kind of promoting that service to you. There's also ad revenue, so there are adverts on my websites. When you visit my pages, I will get paid just because you've looked at those adverts. There's also things like sponsorships and brand ambassadorships, and so this is where a company will pay me for talking about their product or write an article about it or do a video about it, and they will pay me they will pay me a wage essentially for advertising their product. Then there is also the products that I sell. So things like my ebooks, my workshops and my courses, all of those were linked into my blog, and all of those bring me in a different income stream. So from one side hustle venture, which was blogging, I was able to create 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different income streams, all of which bring me varying amounts of money, and it can change month by month. But it gives me this extra security. Now, this became particularly apparent when the coronavirus pandemic first hit, and actually there were a few bloggers in the community that were noticing that certain income streams on their blogs, such as advertising, were dropping. And actually they were seeing an increase in other areas because people were at home, they were investing a bit of money into themselves and buying courses and ebooks and things like that instead. So those people that had diversified the income that they were getting from their blogs actually found that it kind of leveled out overall. So that's where we can see the safety in having lots of income streams, because it can keep your business and you personally in a position where your finances can deal with the ups and downs of whatever is going on in the world. Now, outside of my blog, I have looked at other income streams as well, and these might be suitable for you too. So there are things like my savings accounts. I make sure that I am using my money that I have for my savings, which is mostly just my emergency fund, and I look for the best returns, the best interest rates that I can get for that money. Now, this can involve a little bit of creativity, because sometimes it's not always best for me to leave my money in just one place, and because interest rates are not fantastic at the moment. So I look for some good deals, and if I can get maybe 2-3%, that's good for me, even if it's only on a small proportion of my money. Then I will do those things to ensure that I get a good return on those, and that generates a small amount of income for me. Another one that is open to a lot of people is investing. You can get really decent returns on investments if you look in the right places. I will do another video on investing soon, so watch out for that. But for many people, this can be the first step into generating a serious and profitable income stream. And the other one that I've dabbled with was renting, so property investment. We only really looked at that as an income stream when we were traveling and we were renting out our house, but it was a good income stream at the time because it gave us some security when we were traveling, and it gave us a bit more money to spend on the things we wanted to do when we were out and about. Now, with each of these layers, both in my business and in my personal life, I gained an extra level of security. I gained this feeling of comfort with every different layer that I added in. And I am always looking for more layers, because that feeling of security compounds over time. Now, if you combine those multiple income streams with frugal living, you are really onto a winning combination. Now, what can you do to start building those income streams? Number one, sort out your savings and investments. These really are the quickest wins in this area. Make sure that your savings are doing their best to beat inflation. It's not easy at the moment, but try and put them in accounts that have good interest rates and are working for you. Aside from that, once you've got a good emergency fund or a pot of money aside to cover anything that might come up in your life, start looking into investing so you can get some sort of return on your money that can generate an income stream. Number two, start a side hustle. Think about what you would like to do. You could start a business, you could start selling on Etsy, you could start freelancing on a platform like Fiverr, you could create a blog too. So you could start some sort of online business that brings you in an income. Maybe you've wanted to write a book for all this time. Now's the time to start creating some sort of money back from that. Number three, always be on the lookout for new income streams. Like I say, this can get a bit addictive once you start. You want to start adding more and more streams so you can get more and more of that feeling of security and also more and more money. So keep your eyes peeled and be on the lookout for new ways that you can invite money into your life. Like I say, money can show up in all sorts of places, so you just need to be ready for it when it turns up. And if you can do those three things, sort out your savings and investments, start a side hustle, and keep looking for more, you will be well on the way to building multiple income streams in your life and create this life that feels financially secure. Thank you for watching this video today. Please go and check out some of my other videos. Also, hit the like, subscribe, and send me a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.